fair, brave, honorable, peaceful, determined, leader, inspiring, amazing greatness. Welcome to another Read Aloud with the Glam Girl Reads. I am so happy you decided to tune in today. Did you hear all those wonderful adjectives that I just named? Those adjectives describe a wonderful man that we are going to read about today. Have you ever heard of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.? Well, if not, let me introduce you to a wonderful man, a remarkable man who has made such a great influence on our country. Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Today's episode, we're going to study a biography. Have you ever heard of a biography before? You know that sound. I think it's time for us to learn the different ideas behind a biography. Let's go to our thinking board.
Thinking board.
What is a biography? A biography is a piece of writing that tells true facts and information about someone's life. It is written by another person. A biography can be about a famous person or someone you know personally, like a family member or a friend.
Martin's Big Words, The Life of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. by Doreen Rappaport.
Everywhere in Martin's hometown, he saw the signs, white only. His mother said these signs were in all southern cities and towns in the United States. Every time Martin read the words, he felt bad until he remembered what his mother told him. You are as good as anyone. In church, Martin sang hymns, he read from the Bible, he listened to his father preach. These words made him feel good. When I grow up, I'm going to get big words too. Martin grew up, he became a minister like his father, and he used the big words he had heard as a child from his parents and from the Bible. Everyone can be great. He studied the teachings of Mahatma Gandhi. He learned how the Indian nation won freedom without ever firing a gun. Martin said love when others said hate. Hate cannot drive out hate. Only love can do that. He said together when others said separate. He said peace when others said war. Sooner or later, all the people of the world will have to discover a way to live together. In 1955, on a cold December day in Montgomery, Alabama, Rosa Parks was coming home from work. A white man told her to get up from her seat on the bus so he could sit. She said no, and she was arrested. Montgomery's black citizens learned of her arrest. It made them angry. They decided not to ride the buses until they could sit anywhere they wanted. For 381 days, they walked to work and school and church. They walked in rain and in cold and in blistering heat. Martin walked with them and talked with them and sang with them and prayed with them until the white city leaders had to agree they could sit anywhere they wanted. When the history books are written, someone will say there lived black people who had the courage to stand up for their rights. In the next 10 years, black Americans all over the South protested for equal rights. Martin walked with them, he talked with them, he sang with them, and he prayed with them. White ministers told them to stop. Mayors and governors and police chiefs and judges ordered them to stop. But They kept marching. Wait! For years I have heard the word wait. We have waited more than 340 years for our rights. They were jailed and beaten and murdered, but they kept on marching. Some black Americans wanted to fight back with their fists. Martin convinced them not to by reminding them of the power of love. Love is the key to the problems of the world. Many white Southerners hated and feared Martin's words. A few threatened to kill him and his family. His house was bombed, his brother's house was bombed, but he refused to stop. Remember, if I am stopped, this movement will not be stopped because God is with this movement. The marches continue. More and more Americans listened to Martin's words. He shared his dream and filled them with hope. I have a dream that one day in Alabama, little black boys and little black girls will join hands with little white boys and little white girls as sisters and brothers. After 10 years of protest, the lawmakers in Washington voted to end segregation. The white-only signs in the South had came down. Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. cared about all Americans. He cared about people all over the world, and people all over the world admired him. In 1964, he won the Nobel Peace Prize. He won it because he taught others to fight with words, not fists. Martin went wherever people needed him. In April 1968, he went to Memphis, Tennessee. He went to help garbage collectors who were on strike. He walked with them, he talked with them, he sang with them, and prayed with them. On his second day there, he was shot. He died. His big words are alive for us today.
We don't want some of our rights. We don't want a few token handouts here and there. We want all of our rights.
The end. And when the story's over and when you reach the end, if you think you like this story and you want to read it again, just hit like, subscribe, and right before your eyes, you can watch it over again and again. Let's check for understanding. Do you remember all those wonderful adjectives we used at the beginning of the video to describe Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.? Can you name some? What adjectives can you use to describe Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.? Oh, kiss your brain. You did an excellent job remembering some of those wonderful adjectives. The adjectives that I think about is brave. I think about peaceful and determined. Why do you think Martin Luther King was brave? What happened in this story that tells us that he was a brave man? What else made him brave? Good job. What about peaceful? Do we agree that Martin Luther King was a peaceful man? What made him peaceful? When those people said mean words to Martin Luther King, he decided to do something different. What made him peaceful? Oh, and the last adjective that I think about is determined, determination. What made him determined? You did an excellent job. I am so happy you decided to tune in today. Please remember that as you travel throughout your day, find ways to be peaceful. Find ways to be brave. Find ways to be determined to hit all of your goals and make a tremendous impact on our world. Until next time, see you later.